A very good evening and thank you so much for watching Uctv. My name is Nora Sender to bring you the bulletin this evening. It is Tuesday the 28th of May 2024. Thank you so much for staying with us. And today we start off our newscast. Now the parish priest of Namugongo, Father Vincent Lubega, has assured the public of an exceptional pilgrimage experience this year. While in the preparations at the place, Father Lubega has given the green light for the faithful to be rest assured that everything is set at Namugongo for the Martyrs' Day celebration on 3rd June this very year. With just 6 days to go until the Martyrs' Day, the Namugongo Martyr Shrine is already buzzing with excitement. Pilgrims have been streaming in since the shrine officially began welcoming them on the 24th of this month. Father Vincent Lubega estimates that 1.3 million people will attend this Martyrs' Day celebrations.
The numbers are increasing. Already, as I told you, a week before, people were already coming. This year, I would estimate to have 1.3 million people here in Namugongo. And 1.3 does not mean that they are going to be in the place just in 1 minute. You know, there are two types of pilgrims coming to Namugongo during this time. There are some who come during the day, they pray, they relax, and by evening they go back home. And others walk from wherever they are and stay, sleeping and just spending the day in the shrine until the 3rd of June. So when I speak of 1.3, I'm combining the two numbers.
The shrine is fully prepared for the event, though Father Lubega emphasizes the importance of adhering to the guidelines, including mandatory security checks. He also expressed gratitude to the animating Diocese of Nebi and Uganda Episcopal Conference for their support in providing medical treatment for the arriving pilgrims.
Also, I'm grateful to Nebi Diocese and the Episcopal Conference. They have given us one of the key, I would say, elements we need to welcome the pilgrims very well. That is health. Many of the pilgrims come walking, they have some ailments, they have swollen feet. The team has been here very early, and together with them, we are offering treatment to all the pilgrims who arrive.
Father Lubega encourages pilgrims to purchase food only from the vetted vendors authorized by the Namugongo Shrine Administration to avoid any health-related issues. He also stressed that alcohol is strictly prohibited at the shrine.
We have already done that preparation. So those who are coming for the pilgrimage to Namugongo, from the shrine just at the back of the pavilions is a place set for feeding, water, and even religious articles. So you go there, you'll find food prepared and at a very little fee. I would discourage people going across, getting out of the gate to go and eat from outside because we are not so sure of what's there.
Aside from food and water, which pilgrims need to purchase, all other services at the shrine are free. This ensures that the pilgrims remain accessible to everyone.
So most of what is here is free. When you go to the toilets and the shower, nobody should charge you. They are free, all the toilet papers and everything, you just pick, free, don't pay. The only thing we pay for is the food we eat and the drinks we take, which are sold within the premises, and of course, the religious articles.
So we also spoke to some of the pilgrims who share their experiences and a sense of community they feel upon arriving at Namugongo.
Today I've come for a pilgrim from Gayada Parish. I love the Martyrs and I've been longing to come. I pray here. Always I intercede from them.
With meticulous preparation and a welcoming atmosphere, this year's Martyrs' Day at Namugongo is said to be a remarkable and spiritual enriching event for all attendees. Nora Osende for Uctv News. Well, still in the same light, today we visited the Namugongo Martyr Shrine and we bring you the activities and the events that are taking place right now as we anticipate and look forward to the 3rd June celebrations of this year. Pilgrims are streaming in from the various checkpoints, creating a lovely and bustling atmosphere. The excitement is palpable as people from different regions gather for this significant event. Workers are diligently cleaning and clearing the shrine to ensure a pleasant experience to all pilgrims. This includes extensive efforts to clean the washrooms, reflecting the commitment to maintaining hygiene and comfort. Pilgrims from Gaza Parish. Father Patrick Sechivala from Gayaza led a group of 70 pilgrims to Namgongo. Their arrival highlights a collective spirit and dedication to the faithful who travel long distance to honor the martyrs.
This morning I led a group of about 70 pilgrims walking on foot from Gayaza to Namugongo. We came reciting our rosary and making our way of the cross, and we have just arrived here. Pilgrims, we have about 70. People are coming from today. They are going to be coming every day, and many more will come on the 3rd and on the 2nd.
Today I've come for pilgrim from Gayaza Parish. I love the martyrs, and I've been longing to come. I pray here. Always I intercede from them.
Security has also been enhanced. Father Vincent Rubega assures that security is a top priority. Measures include deployment of sniffer dogs and increased patrols to ensure the safety of all attendees.
The security is our priority. When you move around, you see the police forces and the army are around, and some of the security forces are not even dressed, but they are keeping an eye. And then those who came today to the shrine, you have seen dogs. Those are our friends, and one of the best way to keep security. They sniff on all the bags, on all the vehicles to make sure nothing unkind, nothing dangerous is brought in. So when you see the dogs moving around, please don't kick them. They are your friends and they are your security.
With these preparations underway, the Namgongo Martyr Shrine is set to provide a memorable experience for all pilgrims during the upcoming celebration.
My name is David Danson. I come from Machiro Parish, Machiro Dinare in St. Jude here, Karutoro, and I'm from Kabare Diocese. I'm one of the pilgrimages here at Namugongo. Tuvudeyo kanungu walanyo.
Nzize wano olwaleero e Namugongo okulamaga. Ndi musanyufu nnyo nina ebyetaago byange era nkakasa nti abajulizi babiwulidde bagenda kubyanjula eri ezo.
Ndi musanyufu nnyo nti nsobodde okulembera gurupu yange eya kibiina ky'abajulizi okujja okukiikirira ku lunaku luno olw'abajulizi si lwero nga 3 naye nga ffe tusazeewo nga 28 sobole okujja okwesingira abajulizi.
Nora Osende for UCTV News. Government has instructed resident district and city commissioners across the country to make sure that much of the 4 hours daily government-free airtime on local radio stations is utilized to educate and advocate for public's involvement in the parish development model. Now, while addressing the media about the recent cabinet resolution today, the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Chris Baryomunsi, stressed that this one is one of the government's move to seek the public full participation in the wealth creation drive.
In an effort to actualize the enhancement of Ugandans' livelihood at household level, the government has on several occasions come up with various costly programs to elevate the citizens from subsistence livelihood to the money economy, which have always ended up as unsuccessful projects. To mitigate the previous project's failure symptoms like implementation challenges, non-participation of the citizens, among others, the government has now moved to compel resident district commissioners across the country to make sure much of the 4 hours of the government-free airtime at local radio stations is dedicated to educate and advocate for government livelihood programs, as Baryomunsi expounds.
Mobilization by engaging communities, by using radios and television. For instance, as you know, it's a licensing requirement for every radio and television provide free airtime for government, and I already gave instruction to all the RDCs, CAOs and district leaders that over the 4 hours our radios are giving for government to air its programs, because 1 hour, at least 1 hour a week. 2 of those hours, 2 out of the 4, should be dedicated to parish development model and yoga and wealth creation related programs.
Barriomos further pledged to engage with the Ministry of Microfinance and other stakeholders to make sure that media practitioners also benefit from such programs.
And the media practitioners is one of the groups supposed to benefit from that fund. I would even suggest that areas like Kampala, maybe we should increase the allocation, because like you journalists, you are more. For instance, if I compare Kanungu, the media practitioners within the Kanungu district, I'm using Kanungu because that's where I come from, they are much fewer than, say, here in Kampala, where many of the media houses are. You are sure none of you is benefiting from this? But did you hear about it? But you have had no entry point. How to? No, then I will have to engage with the minister responsible, and then we get to you so that we organize you, and then you get involved, because money is being released. So somebody somewhere might be receiving the money on your behalf as media practitioners. But that's also the same issue I picked in West Nile. When I met with journalists in West Nile, they also said, oh, we have not been involved. So I think there is now some work to do. My ministry being responsible for this constituency of the media, I think we shall take it up and work with the Minister for Microfinance to see how we can streamline.
On the other hand, he commended the legislators' move to impeach the 4 parliamentary commissioners who are being accused of pocketing a staggering shillings 1.7 billion taxpayers' money in the name of service awards.
Parliament should be accountable to the public, because the resources Parliament spends are the taxpayers' money. And Parliament is the representative body. You represent the population. So whatever expenditures, whatever activities that take place in Parliament, we must be accountable to Ugandans.
Joseph Kabali, UCTV News.
The National Bureau of Statistics has revealed that the just concluded National Population and Housing Census has covered 99% of its closure, by its closure on the 26th of this month. Now, during the media briefing at the Statistics House today, the Census Commissioner, Dr. Chris Mukiza, attributed the 1% to the household numbers who either refused or were never available for the enumerators.
Since independence, Uganda has been carrying out the national population census every after 10 years, with the primary objective of seeking demographic and socioeconomic data, which streamlines planning, decision-making and appropriate resources allocation. According to the UBOS Executive Director Chris Mukiza, the exercise is registered as a success despite the 1% who deliberately missed out, even when the deadline date was adjusted.
And yet there are the people who are not even opening the gates. Do they want us to arrest more people? Because I've arrested enough cults. They are rotting in prison. But the other one, if they are clever and they are not seen. So we shall not go beyond that. In fact, I cannot go beyond this week, to be more specific. The reviews we are doing cannot go beyond this week. And it is on a case-by-case basis. I think we need to do something to our city, capital city here, so that we move together with other people. These people they call local. I got calls from about 50 chairmen of districts saying we calculated very well because by the 10th day they had finished. Here we are busy politicking. Statistics is not politics.
On behalf of the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, an organization he heads, Mukiza reiterated that they are so confident about the quality of data captured and he will seamlessly assist policymakers in drafting appropriate policies, as he explains.
The degree of confidence, the confidence intervals are narrower. So we are very confident that our statistical computation will give the true picture of the population of Uganda, the housing characteristics of Uganda, and their demographic, social, and economic conditions. So the country has just gotten massive, rich data that we want policymakers, academia, planners to make use of.
Mukiza went ahead and cautioned the enumerators not to be tempted to lose the equipments which were issued to them for the enumeration exercise because they risk being arrested.
So some clever enumerators are reporting losses of tablets and most especially power banks that they have stolen, whereas they are the ones who have stolen. But there are very few. By the way, we have not had a lot of it. Now there are instances where they went to report police, they arrested them, then the family appears with tablets in the east, not far from here. So how come that they arrest you and your family comes with that tablet? So we are warning the enumerators who have the intention of pretending that the tablets were stolen not to go that way because they are going to face jail, and we shall not pay anybody who does not return the tablets.
Joseph Kabali, UCTV News.
From Parliament, where the Leader of Opposition of Parliament, that is Joel Sonyonyi, and the State Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Pastor Namuganza, have both signed the motion seeking 177 signatures to censure the Commissioners of Parliament on allegations of corruption. Now, last week, a section of legislators, led by the Remuyaga County Member of Parliament, Theodore Sechikubo, introduced a motion for the censorship of Matthias Impuga, Esther Afoychan, Solomon Silwany, and Prosi Akampurira, who allocated themselves 1.7 billion shillings service award.
Thank you for the good job. We are on course. We are on the right course. What we are doing is the right thing. So.
Together with some colleagues, I've come to sign this censure motion for removal of commissioners. I want to firstly appreciate colleagues who are spearheading this. The Honorable Theodore Sechikubo, Honorable Sarah Opendi, who are joined to launch it by Honorable Patrick Nsamba, Honorable Seungu, and others. This is very imperative. And for us in NUP, it vindicates us because when we raised an alarm over this issue regarding our commissioner, some people thought this is an internal party fight. And they kept saying, wait a minute, why are you digressing from the critical issue of money that people sat and irregularly awarded themselves? So we are vindicated because this clearly shows it's not an internal party fight of NUP. Honorable Sechikubo does not belong to NUP. Neither does Honorable Sarah Opendi and the other dozens of members of parliament that have signed. What happened is an irregularity. For colleague leaders to sit and award themselves money, millions of shillings, 500 million shillings, 400, they would have been vindicated if they had suggested it as a proposal in that meeting, taken it through the relevant committee, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, and then brought it on the floor of Parliament for discussion. Because what some of them were saying, but you see, Vice President, Speaker, Prime Minister, and so on, they all get benefits when they're out of Parliament. Those benefits were discussed on the floor of Parliament. Even when some of us disagree with the entirety of all those benefits, but at least they were passed on the floor of Parliament. This particular service award, where was it passed? For people to sit quietly amongst themselves, and they do it in a very hasty manner.
the issue is not homosexuality, as alleged by so many members, especially parliamentary leadership. The issue at hand is corruption. Corruption has become a cancer in this country, and some of us, we don't tolerate corruption. Personally, I was censured over nothing. Over nothing. They said I stole land from there, that no, there is no land she stole, but she's in discipline. Discipline over what? Because they fear some of us who come out and talk about some of these vices, which are very, very negative. Put them out, because that will be a signal to the population that they are corrupt and they support corruption. I also want to say that those people, there are some members of parliament who are alleging that the parliamentary leadership has called them, saying the president has stopped them from signing. They should not put that on the president. The president's communication, the way he communicates is clear. He can write, or if not, he calls the NRM parliamentary caucus. Now, those who are alleging, especially the parliamentary leadership, that the president has said don't sign, they are just looking for their own escape. If the president wants this motion not to go on, he will call all of us. I belong to the NRM parliamentary caucus, which has not taken place. I have not heard any word from the president against this motion. So I urge members of parliament who still want to be relevant and clean in society to come and append their signatures.
Well, it's now time for Today in History. Well, thank you so much for watching UCTV News. We're taking a quick break, but when we come back, it's the ROM Reports.
UCTV, good news for all.
Catch incredible stories of resilience, success.
You can manage that money
with a topping of inspiration.
Get interested in people, not interested in yourself.
Inspire, achieve, repeat.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune in to Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Towoka, Ukute, the business show, Propeller, the Request show and sports, Evaluation, Bahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a no car, public address system, live band, Omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773 597 166 or visit our website www.kasesegatradio.com. Kasese Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth. UCTV, good news for all.
Well, that marks the end of our bulletin this evening. It has been nice having you. I am Noro Sende. From the entire team and I, do have yourself a wonderful evening and a good night.